Welcome to the Chamber Vibes podcast with your host, Brittany Timmons, the Greater Guthrie Chamber of Commerce CEO and President. In this podcast, you will hear from local guests who will discuss topics such as leadership, small business, and our vibrant community. You'll also hear success stories and tips from amazing local businesses, dive into important news, meet community leaders, and find out how you can get involved in our community. From the Second Banana Media Studios in beautiful and historic downtown Guthrie, America, here is Brittany Timmons.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another episode of Chamber Vibes. I am Brittany Timmons with the Guthrie Chamber, and I've got my friend and realtor, Eddie Henke, on today. So how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great. Great. It's Friday, so that's always good.
Yeah.
Or whenever you're watching or listening to this, but it's Friday for us. So.
Fridays are good.
Yes. So want to talk to you today, just get to know you a little bit better, and hopefully they'll get to know you a little bit better and learn more about you. So Guthrie guy, right?
Yep, born in Guthrie.
Born and raised. Yep. Literally born in Guthrie?
Yes.
Like
born
at the hospital?
At the old hospital.
I was hoping for that, but then I was like, really? Yep. Literally?
I think it shut down in 78, and I was born in 78, so one of the last ones. Yeah.
Have you been back since? It's
in
apartments
high school,
now.
Went up there.
Oh, when you're not supposed to, when you weren't
when
supposed to go there. Yeah. I think my husband did the same thing, and he was an Edmond guy, and would come up here and check out the hospital. That's so literally born and raised. Mm-hmm. Very cool. So have you been here the whole time, or did you leave for a while and come back?
I think in fifth grade I moved to Midwest City for half a year, and then we moved back. But I've lived in Guthrie.
Awesome.
Yep.
Very cool. And you have a family here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I do.
Yep. Talk a little bit about them.
Yep, married. Kelly's a hairdresser. Yes. She's been here doing hair for 25 years here in town, something like that. And you got 4 kids and
stay busy then.
Mm-hmm. Stay busy.
4 kids will do that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I only have 2 and I'm busy. So
yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you're a realtor. Yes. So how long have you been in real estate?
I started. I got my license October of 19.
Okay, so fairly new.
Yeah.
I mean,
before
you're seasoned.
Before the craziness happened, I got at least 6 months of
before the
normalcy. Yeah.
Right. So what did you do before real estate?
I was in the oil field.
Okay.
And what got me into real estate was I was buying pipeline right away for a gas company with Wolf Creek. Mm-hmm. And, and a good friend of mine said, you really need to get your license, because we were buying property for that gas company, and worked out. So
okay, so you were like, I'm going to do this.
Yep.
And then did you do it full time right away, or just something you eased into?
I did both. I did the still sold work for Wolf Creek and got that till the real estate got up and going. So
cool. And then so how long have you been doing it full time?
Oh, probably since 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
COVID.
Yep.
COVID time. Yeah.
Yep.
I can relate to that.
That's when it exploded.
Yeah, I can relate to that. April 6th, 2020 was my first day.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So was that super challenging, being fairly new in real estate and then having to learn how to show houses in a totally different way?
Sure it was. Yeah. It was real challenging. And I'm lucky I had some good people along the way to kind of help me get through those.
Right. I can imagine.
Multiple offers, and you go show a house and it was sold in an hour, of the time of hitting the market.
Right.
It was tough.
Lots of virtual showings, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yep. Lots of.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. So what do you love about doing real estate? I can imagine it being pretty fun, also challenging at times, but everything.
I like helping people. It's a big investment, and I like helping them find the house that they want. And especially first-time home buyers, you get a young couple just getting married and help them find a house. And what's cool is when they start having kids and then call you to sell that house to move on,
for their next life change.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're kind of there with people through different stages of their life.
Yep.
I remember selling our first home, and we were really excited to move on to the next chapter. But then I remember when we gave up our keys and went to the closing, I just cried. And my husband's like, it's a house. I'm like, but it's where we brought our kids home to, and I was like, it was hard. Mm-hmm. And it's still weird, to go drive back out there and see it. But, that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Different seasons.
People make memories and want to stay there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, your family's here in Guthrie. So what are some of the obviously you've chosen to stay here, whereas some people grow up here and move and come back, or like my family, we chose Guthrie, because I'm not from here. So what are your personal favorite things about Guthrie and why you chose to stay here and raise your family here?
Mainly because our family's here, I've known my wife since we were little kids, so we're like 3 days apart.
Oh, wow.
Went to the same church. And,
that makes it easy for you to remember birthday, Eddie.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Went to the same church, and it's just hard to leave that. She has a big family, I have a big family, and, pretty close to all of them.
Yeah. So they're all here, and that makes it nice and and easy. Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. So, as far as real estate goes, can you show houses and property all over Oklahoma?
I can. I can go anywhere in Oklahoma, but I kind of focus on Edmond, Guthrie.
Okay.
A little bit in Piedmont, Yukon, just kind of the metro area. Stillwater, done a lot there.
Okay. Do you have a certain area of real estate that you specialize in, or can you do a little bit of everything?
Yeah.
Or what do you like to do as far as
mainly
different
Guthrie
property?
and Edmond. That's where I like to specialize in. It's
Yeah.
Real easy to get to, and I really like Guthrie because a lot of it I know the history of the house just from being here my
that's
whole
true.
life. You kind of know
Yeah.
if you lived there before, and
Yeah.
you hear stories about the different houses and.
And you know where all the streets are.
Yeah,
and
that helps too.
That
Yep.
helps too. Yeah, for sure. So do you do commercial real estate and stuff too? And
I
land?
do. I've sold some commercial buildings in Guthrie.
Okay.
And I enjoyed it. It's kind of a different animal. I kind of like the residential land. I've sold some properties outside of Logan County, and I really enjoy the land. It's a pretty easy deal.
Yeah, that's cool. And so let's talk about your broker that you're with, Stetson Bentley. A little bit about them. And I mean, you are officing in very southern Guthrie, a.k.a.
Right. It's
Edmond.
12 minutes from my house. Yep.
12 minutes. There you go. Just 12 minutes
It's
from
at
the house.
Cobell and
Yeah.
Sooner. Stetson Bentley, they're really good. They're the reason I chose them is their technology is off the charts, and they actually have social media people in their office.
Oh, nice.
To help you do post, because I'm terrible at post. I'd post a picture and it really wasn't too fancy, but they're helping me do reels, which I've never done before.
I know.
And,
I'm trying to learn some reels too, and TikTok.
Yep.
I'm like,
TikTok.
People are like, you got to take the chamber on TikTok. I'm like, do I?
Yep.
I have like 3 posts up out there. I'm like, yeah, no, I just like doing my thing, but you got to learn new things.
Yeah, the first reel that I did it started off real good, and then I had like 4 or 5 random pictures, and once I posted it, you can't delete the random, so luckily nobody watched it all the way through to see the random pictures. But
that's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, social media person probably told you to fix that.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So how long have they been in business?
That's a great question.
I didn't prep
I think
you.
they've
It's okay.
been. I know Sherry Stetson she's the main owner, and she's been in the business over 20 years.
Okay.
And, but started her own brokerage maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
guessing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
And like Chris just put it up there on the screen for us, but you have lots of agents in your office that you guys can work together on.
We do. Yep. I think there's around 40 agents,
Okay.
and
There's some of them right there.
the good thing, what I like about it is they're all top producers. They're
Well, look at that guy right there in the blue jacket.
yeah,
That looks like a top producing number right there.
I think I got lucky that month.
Yeah.
I don't know, but,
I wouldn't say so. I'd say that means you're pretty good at what you do.
Yep, they're good because I kind of started there. I felt like I had to step my game up. Because everybody dressed nice and they sold a lot of real estate, so I had to kind of step it up a little bit.
Had to go shopping.
I did.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, congratulations on $2 million. Is that a recent accomplishment for you?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was July.
July? Okay, awesome. Congratulations. That's huge.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's in 1 month?
That was in 1 month. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It was a busy month.
That sounds like it. Yeah. Unless it was just like 1 or 2 properties, and then that would make it nice. But
Yeah, I wish it was, but no, it was several.
yeah, that's amazing.
But I do like being busy like that. It makes the day go by.
Right, sure. Yeah, because that's the thing about real estate, it's up and down, up and down. So let's talk a little bit about the market. what are kind of some of the trends and things you're seeing right now? And obviously, yes, I know interest rates, not the best.
Right.
But
interest rates are not the best, but I believe from 1978 to now, the average is 7. So we're right at that, just a hair below the average, which is not bad.
And I think everybody, that you talk to can say, I remember when, it was higher than that even when I bought my first house 15 years ago, so I think we think that they're so high, but we just have forgot, what they used to be.
Goodyear told me that he started down there 43 years ago, and rates were like 18 when he started. And
so he's like, this is nothing.
Yeah. So he's not worried about it.
He's not worried about it. Yeah. Have you noticed it affecting the market right now?
It slowed it down a little bit. There's still, you get a good house on the market, we're getting multiple offers on it,
Good.
You get the right, if it's not priced too high. So,
right. And home values are up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Home values
Seems
are still
like everyone's
up.
houses
The thing
have
is,
gone up.
the rates are high. You could always, marry the house, not the mortgage, because you could always refinance later, just get it tied down and wait for the rates to drop a little bit, and then hopefully they do.
That's
soon.
good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you definitely say, if you love it, get it, because
Absolutely.
like you said, you can always refi later. Yeah.
Yep.
That's good. Well, good. I'm glad it's not affecting things too much, because I know a couple years ago they were a lot lower. And so.
Yep. And another thing is get hooked up with a good mortgage person, because they have buy down points, to lower the rate. A lot of people don't know about. And, there's a lot of stuff out there for first time home buyers, credits, teachers, first responders, they all got to.
Do you have a mortgage, anybody local that you love
I do.
working with?
Local guy, of course, I go to Jed, F&M Bank.
Yes.
He's my number
We love our
one
friends
guy.
at F&M.
Yep. And, there's some good ones. Beaux-Arts here in town's
Yes.
good. The ones I go to are in Edmond, Financial Concepts and Valor Bank. They're good.
Okay.
So there's a lot of them out there.
There is.
Every realtor has their own mortgage guy. So, and that's your first step anyway. And if you're buying a house, you got to get pre-approved.
Pre-approval letter.
And that way you know where you're looking.
For sure. Well, and I know, like you mentioned Beaux-Arts, and they're one of our chamber investors, and I've actually had Cole Taylor that works over at Beaux-Arts on the show before. And he's talked about, like, they literally hold people's hands through trying to get their credit back up, and and they don't get paid until the deal's gone through either. So, just like you, you can coach people and show 50 houses, but at the end of the day, it's when the actual sale happens, so
That's true.
So do you have any, I know I might put you on the spot when it comes to this, but, it's part of the fun of the podcast. Do you have a family or a situation that stands out? Obviously you did this through COVID, and then interest rates going way down and then up. At one point people were like fighting for homes because they were getting insane offers, on their houses. So do you have a story that kind of sticks out in your mind as far as a client goes? Or even just in general?
Yeah, I've got a couple. One of them, they were a teacher in Guthrie when I was growing up, and they had moved to Colorado, and so they were wanting to move back during the madness, and we did a lot of FaceTime, a lot of measuring and, videos and stuff, and they ended up buying a house without even looking at it, which
Crazy.
was real scary.
Yeah, I think Stefan with Strive Wellness, I think he did the same thing. I think they maybe bought it without looking at it.
I think you're
that,
right.
I was like, I feel like he sold that before too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're able to help someone local that you knew. That's cool.
Local, and I really enjoy helping like our family friends, their kids. I treat them like they're mine. And kind of take care of them. I try to take care of everybody, but
well, of course,
it's just fun helping out family, friends, and family.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
That's fun. So what does a typical day in the life of Eddie Henke look like with real estate? I'm sure it's just all over the place.
Yeah, it's random. My mornings aren't really too busy. And, most of our meetings start about 10 o'clock. So you got plenty of time to get the kids to school or
some coffee,
whatever you need to do, get some coffee and go to the gym, which I don't do. I need to do. I talk about it all the time.
But you can say that you go to the gym.
Yeah. I do have time to go. I just don't do it. And
that's most people. Yeah.
Usually start working, but I don't show houses until evenings or weekends when people are off work.
Right.
Or majority of my showings. So I kind of don't do a whole lot during the day. I'm out, trying to drum up leads and,
sure,
seeing what's out there.
Popping into Chamber Coffee occasionally, which we love. Yeah. It's always good.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to do some networking too, and try to get that done during the day in the mornings, and the evenings.
That's when it happens. Yeah. Do you find that challenging, working on Saturdays and Sundays and trying to have like your personal life and your family life? Do you find that hard, or does it work?
It does, but I'm lucky that everybody understands. Because there's times I've lit the grill ready to cook, and you get a call, and it's like, hey, you need to take over.
Right.
And but it just happens. I mean, it's part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I'm sure with Kelly being a hairdresser, she probably works on Saturdays too.
Yeah, some.
Yeah, some. So there, yeah, there you go.
I think her phone rings a lot more than mine does.
Well, hairdresser.
Yeah.
Very important.
There's times she gets calls pretty late, 11, 12 o'clock when set appointments. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, we need our hair done.
Yeah.
It's important.
It is important. It's very important.
Yeah. So do you feel like, I know even with my job too, like it is hard sometimes to find that work-life balance, and carving out that time, but it sounds like you're pretty available for your clients when they need you. I mean, because really in the real estate world, that's probably the best way to do it,
Yeah.
Just making sure that you're available when they are.
You do?
So,
yeah, you got to go.
Have you shown houses in like all kinds of weather and
I have.
crazy times of night?
Been out there in the snow. Done it all.
Done it all.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you like Chris and have like a special set of boots in your car ready to go?
I don't carry them in the car, but I do have a special set of boots.
Special boot. I feel like that's important.
Yeah. They're not as fancy as Chris's, but they
right.
Yeah, they work.
I don't have a chamber special pair of boots because if it's crazy weather,
not going.
Yeah. No, I can do a good Facebook Live and that's where we're at.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, I really appreciate your support of the chamber and community. Like, you're one of our gold investors. So if you're looking for a great realtor, you need to give Eddie a call. He believes in his community and supports the chamber and sponsors things and helps us out. And we appreciate that and your partnership. You can tell that you do care about Guthrie, and this is home for you.
I do.
So you want to see it grow.
I'm excited about all the new homes being
built. That was my next
thing. Chris
thing.
said something the other day, 900 are coming. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yep.
Yes. Also stressful a little bit for like as far as the schools and stuff go, but I feel like we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think the schools will handle it.
I do too.
The only thing that really scares me is water situation,
Yeah.
But I think
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I think that's Guthrie. I think we've had different things come our way and we just figure it out. So
I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too. It's really exciting. We're seeing all kinds of new businesses come to town and new stores. We've had some big corporate nationwide, businesses choose Guthrie in the last several years, like Starbucks and Scooters and Casey's now, and
That's
some
great.
of these large businesses are choosing Guthrie, which is exciting.
It is good, and it's good to see them come in and do good because it shows that welcome some more people in here.
People think, oh, big business, corporate. Well, then you see Scooters giving money to Guthrie Public Schools Foundation the first day they're open.
Yeah.
Casey's giving money to God's Food Bank. I mean, they just because they're big doesn't mean they can't have the small town, mentality. Yeah. And it's super cool. So well, I hope that you continue to stay busy. And again, congratulations on a huge month, and hope to see that continue for you.
Yeah.
And so what's the best way for people to reach you? Well, looks like right there, actually, we've got your Facebook page
you
pulled
got
up.
the Facebook page, and also have an Instagram page. And I
Okay.
think they're connected somehow. And,
Somehow.
Yeah.
Thanks to your social media
Thanks to
friends.
the social media friends at work, in the office.
Yes.
And, I've got my cell phones on about everything.
Yes.
And
if you
that's
need
the
a good
best way.
koozie, come by the chamber. We have an Eddie Henke koozie.
We
like
Jack
those.
Body Billboards does the koozies, and
Local business and chamber investor.
everybody needs a koozie.
They do.
Yep.
That's why I was being serious. Like, we have some Eddie Henke koozies.
Yeah.
So, so there's his phone number right there, and email and website and address of the office, which I'm sure you're probably not there physically too much.
Yeah, I try
Probably
to
phone's
be,
the best
since
be.
school started, I feel like
Trying
I'm
to
going
do
to be
some more
there
office
more.
time? Okay. Yeah.
You stay more focused in the office than at home.
I
found that out.
agree. I agree. Yeah. I know remote working works for some people, but no, I need to go to the office.
Yeah, when I'm at home and I look out the window, I think, oh, hey, I'm going to go do that instead of
Exactly.
I need to focus.
Yes. I know. I'm like, oh, there's some weeds that need picked out of that flower bed.
Yeah.
I need to just go to the office.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Well, definitely follow Eddie on social media. If you have any real estate questions, it's free to talk to you, right?
It is free.
So,
yeah.
it's
And if
free.
you ever want a home value or just any advice or some lenders to talk to,
Okay.
home inspectors,
You can be
I
their
can answer
guy.
any questions. It doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today. Is there anything you want to add that we didn't cover?
Not really. I think you
Okay.
did a pretty good job.
Well,
Covered.
I try.
So,
You
yeah.
did a great job. So, yeah, again, congratulations. And I'm glad this is all working out well for you. And love that your family's here in Guthrie and that you're continuing to thrive here. So, all right, there you have it, everybody. Eddie Henke with Stetson Bentley Real Estate. Check him out on Facebook or give us a call at the chamber. We can get you connected with him that way, too. So, thank you so much. We'll see you next time for another episode of Chamber Vibes. Have a good one.
Thanks for listening to the Chamber Vibes podcast from Second Banana Media Studios in beautiful downtown Guthrie, America. Be sure and check out a new episode every other Monday. And until then, remember to choose Guthrie.